Welcome back. One of the major issues either one faces if they're elected in November is what to do about taxes, as many of those 1017 provisions are getting set to expire. Emily Wilkins has more for us. And Emily, the focus shifts now to how Kamala Harris could handle this issue potentially.
Yeah, Kelly, I mean, everyone's kind of digging into it because, of course, if Harris wins the White House in November, she will become a key player in this tax battle next year, as major provisions of, yes, that 2017 tax law are set to expire. And, of course, as we've seen, Harris is more progressive on taxes than Biden. As a senator, she introduced a bill to provide low and middle income families with up to $6,000 per year. She also proposed a tax credit for renters who spend 30% of their income on rent and utilities and made less than $100,000. On the campaign trail in 2020, she proposed a financial transaction tax on certain Wall Street trades. And look, while her progressive streak could show up in some of these negotiations, those who have worked with Harris said that she's probably going to adopt Biden's tax stances. That includes things like not raising taxes for those making $400,000 or less and a corporate tax rate of 28%. Of course, it's 21% right now, so they'd raise it, but perhaps not as far as bringing it all the way back to where it was before. Now, Harris has called for a full repeal of the 2017 tax law, but letting it expire completely would lead to higher income and higher taxes for most Americans. Democratic lawmakers are already gearing up for negotiations over what goes and what stays. Members are planning to focus on increasing taxes for corporations and the wealthy and bringing back tax credits for parents, as well as assistance with housing, child care, and paid leave. Now, most of these proposals probably won't be possible if there is a divided government next year. But a few items like the tax credit for kids have gotten bipartisan support in the past. And Kelly, Democrats will be shaping up to push for those again if they are able to control either the White House or one of the chambers in Congress.
We spoke with James Pethokoukis, Emily, about this yesterday. And as people try to ascertain what it could mean, let's say, for instance, she won but didn't have a Democratic Congress. Maybe you get some compromise where there's a little bit on the child tax credit or on taxes and a little bit stays of the Inflation Reduction Act or what have you. What are you hearing about how, if it has to be bipartisan in some way, shape or form, that kind of compromise could shape up?
Yeah, for a certain extent, you are seeing some agreement right now in Congress. I mean, you have seen things like the child tax credit get bipartisan support when paired with a number of provisions, tax credits, tax deductives, things that would help businesses with research and development, as well as others. That package wound up moving with strong bipartisan support through the House. And for the most part, it's not like you're hearing Republicans talk about raising taxes on low and middle income Americans. So there definitely seems to be agreement there. I think there's a huge question of what happens with the corporate tax rate and a huge question what happens with some of these other loopholes and taxes that are on Wall Streets and businesses and exactly how those go forward. And of course, with Democrats, it's very important for them to hold on to at least one chamber or the White House, because if there is a Republican sweep, then they can use that wonky process of budget reconciliation and really be able to move most of the bill through just like they did in 2017.
Yep, I think that makes sense. Emily, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Emily Wilkins.